Hello friends, it's me, Shin, and today I'm coming to you from the southwest side of the Las Vegas Valley where I'm checking out Island Flavors. Super happy to have you along, let's head inside. Alright everyone, and here we are seated at Island Flavor. Now this is a local Hawaiian restaurant that one of you recommended to me in the comments of a previous video, and so I'm here to check it out to see what it's like. It's my first time here. Off the bat, a very inviting atmosphere here. Big island themes throughout. I like the vibe. Now, when you dine in the restaurant, they do provide full service, and so that's what I'm doing today. Let's take a look at what they have to eat on the menu. And here is your menu at Island Flavor. You've got some bentos and bowls up at the top here. I think those are like appetizers and such. You have your soups and salads and your weekend specials. I'm here on a weekday though, so I'm not gonna be able to go in on that. And some breakfast grinds and family packs here. All right, let's take a look on the other side. We have some local favorites here. It looks like these come with 2 scoops of rice and 1 scoop mac salad. Very nice. And some additional favorites here. We've got sides, beverages, and desserts. Beer as well. Very nice. Now that's a pretty good looking Hawaiian menu there, and I'm certainly excited to check things out because you know how things go in my videos. Every restaurant is a buffet if you're willing to pay. So I'm going to get a nice variety, and together we'll see what this restaurant's all about. Some appetizers are coming up first. I'll see you in a little bit when they arrive. And welcome back everyone. Now my appetizers just got here, and this is looking great. Let me give you a view. I got some pork lumpia here, as well as some spam musubi, and I also got their Hawaiian-style saimin. This is all looking really great. Let's give it a try. First up, I'm going in on the spam musubi. Now this came wrapped in plastic, so I imagine it was made earlier in the day, but it was nice and warm as I opened it up, and I am a big fan of spam musubi. Let's give it a shot. You know what, not bad. I'd say this is a pretty straightforward spam musubi here. While it doesn't taste bad, I wouldn't say there's anything spectacular about it. The rice actually has a very nice texture here. There's a good healthy chew to that, and a good Hawaiian restaurant has to have good rice, and so I'm already glad that that checkbox is getting marked. Now I think the spam here might actually just be straight sliced from the can. I don't actually even think it's pan fried. I definitely think I would appreciate that a little bit more, but that said, the flavors of the spam here are fine. Salty and meaty, and the nori has its trademark briny flavor. Now, it's not a bad spam musubi, but I've certainly had better. Honestly, it's fine though. Next up, the pork lumpia. Super crispy in my hands. And piping hot. Let's give it a shot. Oh yes, that's very good. Though it is a bit greasy, this lumpia skin is excellently fried. A wonderful crisp to it. What I love the most about this particular lumpia is the amount of meat that's inside. They're not filling it up with a bunch of cabbage that you might see in other places. There is a ton of pork in here. I'd say the ratio is pretty close to 85% meat as opposed to vegetables, which is a ratio I certainly appreciate. The pork itself is savory and well seasoned, and though I see carrots inside, I wouldn't say I can actually taste their sweetness. But I'm certainly satisfied with the amount of pork that's here. I like this one. And we'll dip it into some chili sauce here. And we give this a try. Oh yeah, that's really good. A nice sweet chili sauce here. A very good complement to the lumpia. I wouldn't exactly call it super spicy. It's very approachable. I'd actually say it's a lot more sweet than it is spicy. It is a bit viscous, kind of like a gel, really providing a little bit of additional richness to the bite. And once again, I kind of want to showcase just how much pork is inside this lumpia. This is what I really love to see when they're not skimping out on the ingredients and they're really giving you the value when it comes to the proteins. And paired together with a good sauce here, a very tasty appetizer. I like this one a lot. Alrighty, and the last dish I'm going to try from this first round, I guess I can't exactly call it appetizers, is going to be the saimin. I guess you can kind of think of saimin as a Hawaiian ramen dish. Although while you have noodles in a broth, it's typically not a pork-based broth, but more of a fish-based broth. And I think that's where I'd like to start, just with a little bit of the broth. Yes, that's quite good. A very clean tasting saimin broth here. It's very tasty. A really beautiful briny saltiness coming from the dashi here. So much flavor in here. A really great way to start off the saimin. And now we'll go in on some of the noodles. I think I kind of got most of what's in the bowl in here. Let's give it a try. Yeah, you know what, not bad. Now they're using buckwheat noodles here, which have a much more nutty, earthy flavor than your standard noodles. I think it actually pairs quite nicely with the Simon broth, and they have a firm, chewy texture. I actually really like the noodles here. Now, I can't say I'm a huge fan of the chashu pork here. Not only are the pieces kind of tough, the flavors are quite mild. You definitely get some pork, but you're missing out on that smoky, sweet flavor that you want from a chashu pork. And while the eggs are providing a little bit of their fluffy richness, I wouldn't say it's adding a ton here. You do get a bit of bite from the green onions, and in general, I wouldn't say it's bad at all. I just kind of wish that chashu pork was better. Alright everyone, now that does it for the first round of food. I'm going to continue working on this and then we'll go in on a second round. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Welcome back everyone. Now my first of 2 dishes just got here and this is looking really great. Let me give you a view. Now this is their loco moco, which is a classic Hawaiian staple. Typically served for breakfast. This is rice, a hamburger patty along with eggs and gravy. And definitely one of my favorite Hawaiian dishes. Now I've got a really nice spoonful here of all the components. And it smells really great. Let's give it a shot. Oh yes, that's really good. Still a big fan of the rice here at Island flavor. Perfect cook on it, not gummy or sticky. Very enjoyable rice here. The hamburger patty here is actually quite nice. It's cooked close to medium well, but it's had a chance to cook on a grill top, providing that additional smoky flavor to the burger. A good seasoning to that burger as well. I believe it's pretty straightforward, but it is generous. I asked for my eggs cooked over medium today and they absolutely nailed it. And the yolk here is providing a very nice gooey richness to the overall flavors. I really like the gravy here. It's thick and savory. Though it is a beef-based gravy, I want to say there's something earthy in here like mushrooms, providing an additional grounded flavor to the overall loco moco. One thing I would like to see in this loco moco is maybe some additional green onions to provide a little bit of breakup, because a lot of the flavors are pretty straightforward and savory here. But no serious complaints, this is a solid loco moco. And my next plate is here for the second round, and this is monstrous. Let me give you a view. This is their Monster Mix Plate, which allows you to choose any 3 of their local island favorites, and that comes along with 3 scoops of rice and some mac salad. And this is all looking really good. Let's give it a shot. Now the first protein I want to try today is the roast pork. Covered in a brown gravy. I think this might be the same brown gravy that I had earlier in the loco moco. And if it is, I'm certainly a fan of that. Let's give this a shot. Oh yeah, that's quite tasty. A really tasty succulent pork here. Not too tough, though I wouldn't exactly call it ultra tender. Now this is the same brown gravy from the loco moco, and I would say there's a really nice earthy nutty flavor there. The gravy also provides an additional moisture to the bite, and in general it's all quite enjoyable. I like that one. Next protein I'm trying is the terry beef. This is some really thick cut steak, cooked medium, and it looks really great. Let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, that's excellent. Incredibly tender and juicy steak here. I'm so impressed with the cook on that beef. Certainly a little bit of smoky flavor on the exterior coming from the grill, but you really get to appreciate the flavors of the beef here. The teriyaki sauce here is actually very light. Though it has its trademark smoky sweetness, it's a little bit lighter of a teriyaki sauce, really letting you appreciate the flavors of that beef. I genuinely love this dish. This is a great teriyaki beef. Now the last protein to try from this second round is gonna be the katsu chicken. Such a huge fan of chicken katsu, and so far the proteins here have been really great. Hopefully this chicken katsu stays on theme. Let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, that's great. A fantastic fry on the exterior of that chicken katsu, a marvelous crunch from those panko breadcrumbs. Very well seasoned here. You really get the flavors of the chicken. Not only is it moist and tender, but no one flavor is overpowering the other. Really great breading and really great chicken underneath. A terrific chicken katsu here. We'll dip it into the katsu sauce here. And we give this a try. Oh yeah, that's great. A pretty standard katsu sauce, but it's been done very well and it all comes together great. I like this one. Now I'm going to try some sides from the second round. I've already verified that the rice is still great, so this is the macaroni salad. And it looks really great. Let's give it a taste. Really good mac salad. Really nice texture to the noodles. They stopped cooking at the perfect time. An enjoyably soft chew to those noodles. It's a good start. Such a rich and creamy dressing for this mac salad. Not watered down at all. It's really satisfying. Very savory with a lot of black pepper and bits of carrot for some additional crunch. And I like this one quite a bit. Of very good mac salad here. Alright everyone, now that does it for this second round of food. I'm going to continue working on this a little bit and then pack it up to go because I've got a third round of food coming. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Welcome back everyone. Now my last round of food is here and this is looking really great. Let me give you a view. I've got their island garlic shrimp as well as their kalbi short ribs. And these come with their own sides of rice and mac. Now while I am starting to get really full, these are looking super good. So let's give it a try. First up, the garlic shrimp. You would not believe the smell coming off of these shrimp. Incredibly pungent. Even though I'm full, I'm actually salivating. Let's give it a try. That is delicious. An unbelievably garlicky flavor on these shrimp. The aroma didn't even do it justice. So pungent and robust that flavor. The garlic is almost spicy. They've created a beautiful garlicky butter paste with some flour here that's coating the shrimp. Incredibly flavorful, so tasty, the shrimp. Speaking of the shrimp, it's nice and plump. Really fat, succulent shrimp here. They're not giving you any small ones. This is so good. I really like the garlic shrimp here. Okie doke, now I've verified that the mac and the rice are still the same as the ones on the other plate, so the last bite I'm trying of the food is going to be the kalbi short ribs. Beautiful grill mark to this kalbi short rib, and certainly one of my favorite types of barbecue. Let's give this a taste. Yeah, you know what, not bad. While it has been nicely grilled, and I wouldn't call it tough, I wouldn't exactly call it tender either, there's a bit of a chewiness to it. That said, there is a really nice beefy flavor to these short ribs. That part I definitely appreciate. The kalbi marinade here is fine. A good sweet umami to it with a little bit of garlic. I think I tasted a hint of spice in there as well, maybe a touch of cayenne. I wouldn't necessarily call it bad, but I wouldn't necessarily call it spectacular either, or just a solid middle of the road short rib here. Alright everyone, now that does it for all the food today. I think I'm going to go ahead and just take a couple more bites and pack this all up to go because I'm super stuffed. I think it is time for a little bit of sweets though. For all of you at home, I'm going to make my dessert up here right now. And here it is, my dessert for the evening. This is the chantilly cake. A beautiful look to the chantilly cake, and I've got a nice forkful here. Now I'm super full, but there's always a little bit of room for some sweets, right? Let's activate the dessert stomach and give this a try. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. A decent texture to that chantilly cake. While I wouldn't call it exactly super moist, I wouldn't call it dry either, just somewhere very middle of the road. While it is a tad dense, I would still say it's relatively soft. A bit of a dense sponginess to that cake. A bit more of a nutty chantilly cream here on the cake, and a little bit of chocolatey sweetness coming from the drizzle on top. Not a bad chantilly cake here at all. I enjoyed this one. Alright everyone, now that does it for my dinner here at Island Flavors. Now my dinner came out to $110 today before tip, and my server Leela was very kind and decided to comp my dessert today. Though technically that should add another $8 to the meal. Still, all of the food today for under $120, I think that's pretty solid. I actually enjoyed the majority of the dishes today. I don't think I particularly disliked anything. I think the chashu pork and the salmon could have been better. And the spam musubi was maybe a little bit too straightforward, but I did enjoy the majority of the dishes here. It's a great place. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying checking out all of these viewer suggestions for my Local Tuesday series. It's a lot of fun going around the valley and trying out some new spots. Now, this coming Saturday, I'm gonna be returning with another video that's a little more geared towards some tourists, and most likely from the Las Vegas Strip. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and I hope you enjoyed Vegas with me, Shin. Bye.